Back. Gentlelady from Vermont is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to strike the last word.
Gentlelady is recognized.
Like my colleague from Georgia, I'm deeply concerned about other programs that are being cut because of this, cut that is being carried out by someone, we don't even know who this person is. Nobody in here called for these cuts, as the ranking member has said, not anyone in the House, not anyone in the Senate. Nobody in the White House is taking responsibility. So somebody in DOGE made the decision to make these cuts. And one of the things that's also going to be cut, or has been cut rather, it's already happened, correct? It's already happened, is the comprehensive opioid abuse site-based program. Now, nearly 1/3 of Americans know somebody who's died of an overdose. Can you imagine? 1/3 of this country, you know somebody who's died. I know in my hometown of Brattleboro, Vermont, we've had many people who have died from substance use disorder, have been impacted so horribly from the opioid epidemic. And this cutting of these funds is going to have a devastating impact on these organizations that are working to bring us back from the brink of this destruction. This is meant to reduce opioid abuse, reduce the number of overdose fatalities, mitigate the impact on crime victims by supporting comprehensive collaborative initiatives. And I know every single member in here, every single district has been touched by the opioid crisis. And it's just shocking to me that we can't engage in a conversation here about these programs that have been cut, and we can't even identify where it's even come from, that some rogue person in DOGE who has no accountability has made these decisions for our communities. And I absolutely support this amendment. I am shocked that we can't have a conversation about programs that our constituents, that our communities desperately need. And you're right, to the member from Georgia, this is not a joke. This is deadly serious.
Will the gentlelady yield?
Absolutely.
I just wonder if the gentlelady is aware that, as we've seen in prior similar cases, certain people who have the right political juice have been able to get to DOGE to get some of these restored, but others have not.
That's right.
So as far as I can tell, the opioid grants have not been restored, the juvenile justice grants have not been restored, but other people, if they know the right person, then suddenly it's no longer waste, fraud, and abuse. Suddenly it's an urgent expenditure by co-presidents Musk and Trump. And this is just an absurd way for us to proceed. Congress is allocating the money, and they got the money, they distributed the money, and now DOGE gets rid of all of it, but then it restores it to the people who have an inside political track.
That's exactly right. And let's talk about that kind of grift, that kind of corruption, that some members of Congress can pull the strings to get funds for the people in their district, but others do not. What kind of country is this? That you can pull the strings, you can go behind the scenes, you can make a call to somebody important that can release those funds for your district. It's obscene.
If the gentlelady would indulge me one more
Absolutely.
question. I understand that Senator Grassley was able to get a program restored, but I saw that he went to a town hall meeting and his constituents were actually fighting for everybody.
That's right.
Saying that DOGE should not be allowed to sabotage all of these programs across the country. They weren't doing special pleading, but now we have certain politicians who say, I don't have the courage necessarily to take on DOGE and Elon Musk and to actually challenge Trump, but I will try to use my inside track to get grants restored in one community or one district, and that's just a dishonorable way to go.
It is dishonorable, and I agree with the ranking member that this is not what Americans want. His constituents were pissed about what he had done because they knew that we are supposed to be a collection of states that we are looking after each other. We're looking after each Americans, regardless of what zip code they live in. And it's just absolutely patently wrong that you could have a member or a senator be able to work their way around to get a program reinstated for their district, but not for everybody else. That's not how it's supposed to work in this country. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back.